This weekend, two of the most exciting fighters in UFC history face off for the BMF title as Dustin Poirier has his retirement fight against Max Holloway. So I thought it'd be fun to go through and talk about the most exciting fighter in every weight class. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you agree, disagree with my picks, let me hear it. But let's just start off with the heaviest weight class up at heavyweight. And my pick here is Tom Aspinall. This wasn't really tough. He has 8 UFC wins. All of those wins are by finish, 6 knockouts, 2 submissions. 7 of those finishes are in round 1, and he has 7 bonuses in his 8 wins. Now, I will give an honorable mention to Derek Lewis, because I feel like with Lewis, what's fun is it's like he could go out there and have a big knockout, but if he does get that knockout, then you're just going to see him like scroll through every possible emote he has, and he just keeps building on his celebrations over his last few wins. So if you want to include like the theatrics, I could see Lewis up there, but also when Derek Lewis loses, they're not exactly the most fan-friendly fights because he's probably just getting like grappled pretty heavily. So my pick for heavyweight will be Tom Aspinall. Then at light heavyweight, I got to go with Yuri Prochazka. He has 7 UFC fights. He has won 5 of those. He has 6 total bonuses. 4 of them are performance bonuses. 2 of them are for fight of the night. He had the fight of the year against Glover Teixeira. And then I think to be considered like a super exciting fighter, obviously you want to be entertaining in your wins, but I also think the way you lose matters. And when Yuri loses, they've been entertaining fights, right? Like when he's losing, he's getting knocked out by Alex Pereira, which is still entertaining to the fans. So Yuri, he's always going to bring it. He's going to go through the fire. He's going to, take damage to deal some. Yuri Prochazka will be my pick. Then at middleweight, I'm going to go with Dricus du Plessis. He has a 9-0 UFC record. 6 of those wins are by finish. He has 2 fight of the nights, and he has like this interesting mix of like the ability to have fun fights, fun finishes, but then he also just like creates these like very goofy, kind of memeable moments, which I do think kind of adds to how exciting he is to watch. I didn't think there was like a clear standout at middleweight, so like maybe you could argue someone else, but I do think DDP is a pretty decent pick here. Then at welterweight, actually going to go with another champion. I have Jack Della Maddalena, 8-0 UFC record. 5 of those wins are by finish. He has 6 bonuses, 2 fight of the nights, 4 performance bonuses. I think he gets a lot of credit for having a really fun fight against Bilal Muhammad. Bilal had 2 bonuses in his previous 19 UFC fights. He gets a fight of the night against JDM, and Bilal had fought some entertaining fighters and kind of turned those matchups into real clunkers. The fact that JDM was able to bring out a fight of the night, against Bilal is very impressive. Also just like super active on the feet, 6.84 strikes per minute. Very fun style. This is not anti-grappling, but he's just going to go out there, stand and bang. Only landed 1 single takedown so far in the UFC. Now at lightweight, I do think there's a lot of interesting contenders. It's a very fun weight class. You've got, Dustin Poirier competing this weekend. If you consider Ilya Holloway 155ers now, they'd be in the mix. You have Dan Hooker. I had to go with Justin Gaethje, though. Charles Oliveira, can't forget Charles Oliveira, but I do have to go with Justin Gaethje. He has 14 UFC fights. He has 14 bonuses. He has finished 6 of his 9 wins, and the 3 fights that he won by decision were all fight of the night. And then in his losses are still entertaining. He's been finished in all 5 of his losses. I don't think you can point to a single Justin Gaethje fight that has been boring. His fights have either ended by finish or they have been a fight of the night if they've gone to decision. I don't think anyone else can say that with the amount of volume that Justin Gaethje has with 14 fights. Then at featherweight, I'm going to go with Jean Silva. Smaller sample size here, but he has a 5-0 UFC record. He has finished all 5 of his wins, 4 by knockout, 1 by submission. He has 3 bonuses, 2 performance, 1 fight of the night. I think he would have another one, but he missed weight. I think it was the Jordan card or the fight that he missed weight for. So it should be 4 if he stepped on the scale at the right weight. He's got this flashy striking style mixed in with some dangerous submission skills like we saw against Bryce Mitchell. Also kind of adds to the excitement with like some of his like fight antics where he's taunting, he's like clapping the dude and then just nuking him a few seconds later. Also give him some credit for taking that short notice fight against Drew Dober up at 155 and then delivering a war against a super tough Drew Dober. So for featherweight, he will be my pick. Then at bantamweight, I think you could make a case for a few different guys here. I ended up going with Petr Yan. He has 14 UFC fights and only has 4 bonuses, so maybe that could, kind of be used against him here. But when I look at Petr Yan's UFC run, I can really only think of like one somewhat boring fight, and that would be Merab. Now, I actually didn't think that fight was boring because I just thought it was like so impressive what Merab was doing, but I guess I'm not really going to credit Petr Yan with that because it was impressive how he was dominating him or, getting dominated. And it's just not easy to have like super entertaining fight of the night level matchups against elite competition. And Petr Yan has done that twice. He had fight of the night against O'Malley and then fight of the night against Corey Sandhagen. I also just love his style. He's so well-rounded, really entertaining striker, also has some super fun trips. So like I said, if I'm watching a Petr Yan fight, I feel pretty good that it's going to deliver and be an entertaining matchup. And then the final weight class here, flyweight, I'm going with Brandon Royval. He has 7 UFC fights. He has won 6 bonuses. He is coming off back-to-back fight of the nights against Joshua Van and Tetsuro Taira. And I actually think Royval has an unmatched ability to turn really short fights into bangers that can actually win fight of the night. He has 3 fight of the night bonuses in matchups that didn't even get into the 3rd round. I can't think of another fighter that has that. He had fight of the night against Matt Schnell in a fight that lasted 2 minutes and 14 seconds. That might be the record for shortest fight of the night of all time. Also had round 2 submission wins against Kai Kara France and Tim Elliott. Both of those were also given fight of the night bonuses. And I think what's interesting about Royval is he arguably fights against his best interest to deliver these super high volume, just barn burner matchups. And so he will be my pick here at flyweight. And so that is going to wrap it up for this video. Not a super long one, just thought it'd be fun, talk about some of the most fun fighters to watch. Let me know your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed, hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one.